Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Today's topic is artificial intelligent humanoid robots. The reason why I'm making the video is because in 2024 and artificial intelligence has integrated beyond the computational power of a basic computer. So what that means is the software is so advanced that it has the ability to control any machine with the correct algorithms. And in case you haven't subscribed my channel, my name is Shazijio. Please click the red button and click the like button to like the video. And if you're into artificial intelligence, you're at the right channel. In the rapidly evolving world of military technology, a new debate is emerging. Humanoid robots. Yes, wonderful people of the internet. We are in the age of humanoid robots. Basically, what that means is that once upon a time, we used to have humans as soldiers. And basically now we are into a phase where robots are taking over all human positions in the military. What that means is that basically now, instead of soldiers who will be born and bred, you will not have them. We will substitute them with machines who can think, take action, and carry out orders by the superior officers in the battlefield. What that means, that is a leap beyond anything unimaginable that was previously done in World War I, World War II, and all the wars that have been happening now up till today. And if a military has humanoid robots in their infantry, that is going to be a game changer. So you can send probably 10 human robots, and they're going to take the hit, they'll probably survive, they'll kill a few hundred soldiers, and they'll still be victorious. For a human to do their position job in the military, if they just get one bullet shot in their arm or their limbs, that's it. They're out of the business. Then they need to be rescued, taken back to the hospital, and go back into rehabilitation. Humanoid robots such as those created by Boston Dynamics are designed to make human movement and behavior. So basically, if you haven't looked at some of the Boston Dynamics robots, they behave and exactly move like humans and like animal dogs. So they have two versions. One is a humanoid version, and the other is an animal dog. And they behave exactly like the two objects that I've described. Because the point is, you need to have some kind of a machine that behaves according to a human machine. You need to have a humanoid robot machine. These robots are equipped with advanced sensors and weapons and artificial intelligence capabilities and robotic physical electronics. So what that means is that they've got four basic components. They've got advanced sensors within their machine infrastructure or their skeleton. Then they've got very advanced weapons already attached. So it could be anything from a machine gun to an RPG rocket launcher or a grenade launcher or to whatnot. You can go on and on and on. And most importantly, the brain behind the robot is the artificial intelligence algorithm, which is designed to control and move the humanoid robot on its own thought process. So there is no operator for instance, in the military, we have Predator drones who are flying, in the sky. Those drones are being controlled by a drone operator on the ground somewhere on Earth. But these robots, they do not behave like that. They think for themselves. They make decisions second by second. I don't know if you have seen, there's a movie called Terminator by Arnold Schwarzenegger. And if you see the idea behind that movie, it is exactly that. The Terminator robots, they think and behave just like humans. And it's a very vivid, clear picture how they think. So when they're going through the process, they see in their HUD what is the target, what is not a target, and then they process to trigger or not. And most importantly, they have enhanced physical structures within them, their frame of machine. So they've got like several components that make it a really state-of-the-art technology, which is humanoid robots. And if you check out some of the videos on Boston Dynamics, you'll see what I mean. They say traverse challenging environment, carry heavy loads, and even perform complex tasks autonomously. So what that means is that, like, for example, before, like I said, you used to have tank robots. So tank robots use, a platform of tracks. So they can't go in certain places. The advantage of humanoid robots is they behave like humans and they step like humans. So what that means is that they can climb stairs, they can jump through obstacles, they can dodge, fences. They can do exactly the same thing like a human can, which is a leap beyond anything for a machine. The goal is to create a machine that can support or even replace human soldiers in dangerous missions, reducing the risk to human life. Now see, that's the idea behind it. Where you send like 10 SSG commandos and basically go into the battlefield, and then they go in a dangerous mission and supposedly 7 of them get shot. So you're left with 3 soldiers. That's the advantage of sending humanoid robots, in 10 or 11 or 12, packs of 12. And even if they get injured, shot, you won't lose any human. They're just machines. You can just build more machines and just keep sending them out. The idea is the enemy uses its firepower to take out those humanoid robots, and then you can send in the reinforcements to destroy where that incoming fire is coming, and that's why it will neutralize the enemy. The potential advantage of humanoid robots in the military are significant. Endurance. Now, for a soldier, let's say if someone like me was supposed to go on a battlefield, I need food, I need water, I need supplies, I need a place like a sleeping mat. Well, that's just me, but I'm just saying. Like, you need a lot of resources just to keep you alive on a daily basis. You need like water, food, drink, and whatnot, in like condensed form, which is like edible, because you can't take like a 5-course meal to a battlefield, obviously. So robots do not tire and do not wear and tear. They can operate continuously, non-stop, long as you give them enough battery and recharge. So that is the number one advantage. Where for a human to survive for 1 week, you need to supply 3 meals a day. A place where he's like, robots, they don't even need to sleep. Like in the night, even they'll perform their duty. When the human is sleeping in the night, the robot will be awake and doing surveillance. That's the difference. Then the other advantage is precision. Now what do I mean by precision? Like, you see, the thing is, like, humans are capable of making 5% error. Let's just say, for example, if you take 10 soldiers, maybe 9 of them will perform, 1 of them will not perform. So robots don't have that disability. Robots will perform 100%. You give them a target, they will take it out. And they will take it out pinpoint precision with accuracy and execution. That's the difference between robots and humans. And the other major crucial advantage is safety. They can be deployed in high-risk environments, low risk, medium risk, without engaging human lives. That's the main key here. So, maybe, there's like a dangerous battlefield, there's like, a lot of bombardment happening, and there's incoming fire, there's already like action taking place. If you send a human, the human will try to save his life and then see when it's safe, then he will attack. Robots don't have that thing. They'll just go, give them instruction, they will execute their command, and they will attack no matter what. So that's the advantage of having humanoid robots. Now, the disadvantage of this is that the human is pretty cheap. You just have to recruit a soldier, pay him his salary, and he'll do his job according to his level. Humanoid robots, they are very expensive today, and potentially low, in the long term, costs with fewer human casualties and less need for veteran care. So basically, yeah, so the humans need some kind of veteran care, but the robots don't need that. But the thing what I'm getting at is to create one of those Boston Dynamic robots, it's in millions of dollars. So right now we're still in the beginning phase of getting the robots in mass production. There's a movie called by Will Smith. It's iRobot. So where they had the society is integrated all the house helpers with AI robots, which is pretty because they've mass produced it. It's like in the 22nd century, and the cost of making a robot is so cheap. But right now, to buy a robot for a military, even it costs you arm and a leg. Using robots for strategically purposes for tasks like bomb disposal, surveillance, and frontline combat could drastically reduce casualties and improve operational efficiency. See, that's what I mean. You can't just send a human where the robot is so much productive and worry-free with any incoming fire, and the human is always a high-risk potential target. So that's the major advantage of a humanoid robot. However, the advantage of human soldiers is that they bring unique advantages that robots cannot replicate. So there are pros and cons. So see, the robots, they perform one function. They follow the algorithm and they communicate with other robots, what orders to do, where the target is. But the advantage that this has been a lifelong, throughout history, a human will always think intelligently than a robot. So the humans have this ability to outsmart if they know that there's a robot coming in front of them, and if there are 3 human soldiers, they'll somehow organize some kind of a trap and they'll take out the robot. So that's the advantage of human brains. Decision making. Now, the human intuition and adaptability and unpredictability situation is just unimaginable. So humans are unpredictable, anything that one can do. Robots are designed to perform one specific task, so they are not unpredictable. So whatever you give in the algorithm, that's what they'll do. That's it, period. Humans, on the other hand, they can think outside of the box. They can think inside of the box. They can follow normal orders. So the humans have a very wide variety of options available to them, which the humanoid robots don't. Because whatever the human programs the humanoid robots with algorithms, that's the only duty that they're going to perform. So that's the main difference between human brain and artificial intelligence. The other advantage of humans is that the morale. Human presence can boast morale and cohesion among troops. See, the thing is that, if you take 100 soldiers and you take 100 robots, and somehow, there's an equal fight, and somehow the humans have overpowered the robots somehow, the morale of the human brain goes so high in egoistic and ecstatic mode that the humans will constantly quadruple their energy to keep bombarding the robot army, and then they'll just be using their morale and aggressiveness, and they'll overpower them. Robots don't have this ability. Robots, like I said, they only do one task, they follow orders, and then they go. And if they see that they're losing, then there is no, unity or group thinking or anything like that until now. Maybe in next 10, 15 years, those AI robots will have this ability, but at the moment, humans have the upper hand. All right, human soldiers. And lastly, for humans, experience, combat experience and training that inform split-second decisions. This is where humans are pretty good at. The robot only follows instructions. So what it sees, the input in its visual display, that thing's going to take action. But humans can predict if they're walking through a trap, they'll just know there's some danger here and they'll wait for the target to appear. Robots don't have that ability. Robots will just walk through until they find some danger and then they'll target it. So there is a intelligence, IQ level difference between the AI and human mind. For a soldier, there's a level of understanding and emotional intelligence that robots just don't have. Now, what do I mean by emotional intelligence? Now, this is something a lot of people don't know. This is something to do with mental health. If you see some of the topics on my channel, you'll see what I'm talking about. Emotional intelligence is a subconscious of a backup mind that tells you in advance, if this plan A doesn't work, plan B will work. I'm just saying from the top of my mind. I mean, it's a whole, this topic, emotional intelligence, is out of scope for this video, but it's to do with psychology. So basically, I'm not going to get into that. So the advantage the humanoid robots don't have, the humans do, is that the humans have emotional intelligence. And if you have emotional intelligence, you can do a lot of things that the AI robots can't. And so answering such as challenging and ethical questions and etc., etc. Autonomy. How much decision-making power should the robots have in combat? See, that's the thing. Whatever power you give, whatever algorithm you give, whatever weapons you give to the robot, that's what it's capable of. The human, on the other hand, if it sees a lying, weapon, it'll pick it up and it can use it as a, arsenal. The robot has to be trained. Human already knows how to do that. So there's who is responsible for a robot's action in the field? You see, is it the programmer? Is it a drone operator? Or is it the manufacturer? There's levels of differences. So this is another out of scope question. I'm not going to get into that. This will be for a future video. And lastly, I just thought I'd add this because we're living in the 21st century, and basically ethics. The use of autonomous robots in warfare is a double-edged sword. While it can save lives, it can also open up new ethical dilemmas about the nature of warfare. So basically, you can have in a democratic government, should we use robots or should we just use humans? And what if a robot malfunctions? So there are pros and cons. And using robots, to kill other people, is it the right thing to do, or should we just use humans versus humans? So, on the other hand, I would say this is an irrelevant situation. If your country is losing and you need to win, you will do everything to defend your country. And if that means sending AI robots, you will send AI robots. As technology advances in the future of military operations, will likely involve a combination of humanoid robots and human soldiers. See, now, this is a very good combination, something like a hybrid infantry brigade, where you have 50 human soldiers and probably 25 humanoid artificial intelligence soldiers, humanoid robots, which is pretty interesting. So you can move the whole infantry while the humans give the instructions where there's a danger. They forward the AI humanoid robots and they wait until whatever happens. And then if the AI robots succeed, then the human soldiers move forward. Otherwise, they keep their positions. So I think this is the best way to move, because you can't have just one kind of army. You need to have 3 kinds of armies within an army to move and be victorious. And basically, those countries who do not adopt humanoid artificial intelligence robots, they're going to lose badly. We've seen already in several war theaters. I'm not going to name, this topic is again out of scope, but just from the top of my mind, in Azerbaijan and Armenia, the drone versus in the air versus other land targets, Azerbaijan clearly took out most of the Armenian targets. Then we had, for instance, in Russia versus Ukraine, the both are equally matched in drone warfare, but I think in the end the same thing happened. Russia overpowered with more drones and smart bombs, and that's what won the end of the day. This hybrid approach can leverage the strengths of both, creating a more effective and versatile military force. Now, I'm going to be making more videos on drones and artificial intelligence in the future. Watch this space for more. The key is finding the right balance, ensuring the robots enhance rather than replace the capabilities of human soldiers. The idea behind humanoid robots is that they need to adapt and be flexible and learn the new techniques as they're experiencing combat roles. That's the idea. Because artificial has gotten to a point that it is learning on its own. It updates its algorithm as it fights, as it keeps experiencing more and more action. And that's the beauty of artificial intelligence of today. Humanoid robots and human soldiers each have their strengths and roles to play. As we look to the future, it is clear that the synergy between man and machine will shape the next generation of military strategy. And this is true. If you don't have artificial intelligent robots in your infantry, you're bound to lose, straight up. And technology already taking up, because if you look at the number of FPV drones used in the Ukraine-Russia theater, it is staggering. I think the last time I remember, they used something like 100,000 FPV toy drones fitted with, weapons, who were just going and surveillance missions on the borderline and checking out who's out there, for looking for individual soldiers hiding in the trenches. I'm not talking about armored vehicles. I'm not talking about military tanks. I'm not talking about rocket launchers, I'm talking about only human soldiers who were hiding under a tree, under a shed, or inside a trench. And this was the main idea of using FPV drones in the Ukraine-Russia war. And if you just look at YouTube, you'll see how they have targeted those soldiers. This is the technology that has went leapfrog in use of drone technology, for instance. Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's topic of artificial humanoid robots, and if you really liked the video, click the thumbs up and check out my other channels on artificial intelligence. And if you have any comments, please leave a comment. And thank you for watching. Don't forget to share and subscribe and the insights into future of technology and warfare. Bye.